I want to go back to when you first started about trigger emotions.
Yes, dear one.
Last year, I had gone to Home Depot, and a woman had fleeced me out of $20. It was just a fiasco, and it flustered me, and I didn't know how to handle it, and I just left. Screw it. I'm not going to deal with it. It was too upsetting to me. Well, last week, back to back, I had somebody try to fleece me out of $2. I handled it so differently.
$2? $2?
Yeah, yes, but I've been screwed out of more than $2. It's the principle of the thing.
Yeah, we understand.
That's what it is. It's the principle of the thing. And when she handed me back the change, I'm like, this is $2 short. And I repeated the amount to her, and I showed her, that's what the bill was. I got the receipt. She gave me my $2 back. Then I go down the road. Same thing happened. I got the change back, but I didn't get my dollar bills back. And she ended up, I said, wasn't the total like 37 and change? And I handed her 40. And she gave me my money back. I just handled it differently. Didn't let it faze me. Just called them out on it and went about my day.
Mm-hmm.
So changing my reaction to a lot of things has really changed. It's just like flip the script. It's just like flipped it.
It's compassion.
Mm-hmm. I'm having compassion for myself.
Well,
I'm
but that's just the point.
Yeah.
You end up having compassion for yourself, and it softens your edges all the way around. So when you're hit with those dynamics of energy that you take in a certain way because it triggers certain dynamics within you, in fact, what you do is it allows you to step back from the dynamic, objectivity, look at the dynamic, discernment, and
Yep.
realize that, I need to stand up for myself in this sort of way and give me my fucking $2.
Yeah. Yeah.
But where you might not have, because, hey, in the past, it's shame.
Well, I don't know if it was shame.
That's not an accusation.
Well,
That's
I know, but I'm trying to think about it. I don't know if it was shame or just not knowing how to handle the situation gracefully.
that's shame.
Oh, well, damn, I gave everybody the definition today.
Yeah, well, why not? Why not? Shame is like love. It doesn't really. Each of you has your own definition.
That's true. That's true. I'm learning to balance the light and the dark, accept the good and bad within me, because out there people are going to do what they're going to do.
Can we get rid of that word balance?
Integrate.
Well, yeah, integrate for sure. But it's that whole dynamic of being able to hold that objectivity of the whole thing at the same time. So, if you got to use a little bit of light shadow in order to be nice about asking for your money back again, or you need to use a little more dark shadow because the son of a bitch is trying to rip you off.
Yeah, I see where you're. I see the. I
See
see
what we're saying here? So that when you're in that third position, when you're in that dynamic of that position of objectivity, you can just boop, pick and choose the exact boop, just this much light and boop, just this much dark. And
That's true.
it's an acquired skill, dear ones. You're not going to get it perfect the first time, but if you have the courage to begin to operate within this area, pretty soon you're going to have a certain level of mastery. And once you have a certain level of mastery, you will begin to understand more and more how your reality will respond to you rather than you have to respond to your reality.
Yeah, I made the woman at Home Depot actually shake last week.
You could have made her cry.
I really don't care.
Yeah, no, it's not that. Again, it's a little bit of dark shadow. Even
Yes.
a little bit more of the dark shadow dynamic. And
Yeah,
yet the very
because
next time you used a little more of the light shadow and you got very positive responses.
hmm
So
hmm well, I
perfect. It's a
intimidated
beautiful
her.
it's a beautiful dynamic of the energy of reflection that we were just talking about.
hmm hmm
Bravo.
So, but and I'm assessing situations instead of reacting. I'm stepping back and looking,
Right. Right.
and not doing any judgment. I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on here?
That whole dynamic of taking a beat. When you're triggered, you don't take a beat. You're reacting. You're reacting in that moment. You're not thinking about it.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because you're coming from those I'm going to say repressed emotions.
Or wounded pieces of self, or any, yeah, sure. There's any
Yes.
number of reasons.